Hello and welcome to the 2022 PDGA United States Amateur Disc Golf Championships, a major of the PDGA. Huge shout out to the PDGA, Discraft, Great Lakes Disc, Kendrew, Mueller, and Airbound Productions for helping us make this coverage possible and getting us out there. And a huge shout out to Papa Wolf for coming in the commentary booth with me and making it even more spectacular.
Final round, back nine. 6 of the 9 hardest holes in the course. I'm excited.
Yeah, the back nine is brutal, starting with hole 10, 650 feet, another brand new hole for the course. The tee pad has been moved left and farther back to open up the left side of this tree. The fairway is right where the drone is right now. You want to land tree height or left of it, and then from there it's another 350 feet or so up the hill. And there's some danger right and left. You really don't want to be right. Your score can count up pretty quickly.
Playing the second hardest hole on the course for the day. Bryson starts us off, bends one inside of the first big tree, leaves himself dead center of the fairway. We'd love to see that.
Yeah, playing even harder than yesterday.
Jonathan now, trying to bend it in front of the tree just like Bryson did. And he does. And
right next to him.
Almost right on top of him.
They're having a good time together. They're going to hang out.
Yeah, why not? Let's see if Payton wants to follow the vapor trails. Nope, going for a different route.
He's trying to peer this under the tree.
Nope, great kick.
Yeah, that'll work. Wouldn't be surprised that in the future maybe a couple of those limbs get trimmed just to kind of open up a little bit more, but it plays very difficult right now with those branches being as low as they are, because you can be right in front of it and have no chance of getting up the hill.
Yeah, Phil experiencing some of that right now.
He did this last round too, where he was very short and right and then absolutely peered it in the tiny gap underneath the tree up the fairway and has the best chance of saving his 4 from there.
Jonathan throwing the turnover disc up the hill. A little bit of a flare off the fairway there.
Yep. He gets really tight and compact when he needs to control.
Yeah.
Very.
Bryson unfortunately got clipped up by some of the cabbage hanging.
He did that earlier as well, and I think it was hole 8. Just missing his line a little bit, letting the foliage kind of get in his way. Payton's going to have a look.
Yep. Bryson on an adventure. Gets it up there.
It's going to be right next to Payton there. That's the best you can do from a position like that. It was not good. Phil needing to be in circle to save his gray square.
Look at that. Gravity brought it back even a foot closer.
Jonathan with a look here. Really long. It's going to be a little left, and he's going to have to settle for a gray square.
Yeah,
gray squares are good, though.
I don't think he's upset about that.
Not at all.
Payton tried.
Yeah, I have a couple branches in front of him that are right at the height. That's why you see Haft here going to a knee. Get it.
Oh, lay down now. Lay down now. Okay.
It was so close. I thought he had it the whole way.
Nice recovery right there by Mr. Phil.
He almost had a foot fault there, and he said it too when he walked up. He's like, for some reason in his mind, he just took a step forward, and he sets up with his foot's backwards anyway, and so he steps and he looked down right away, and someone from far back was like, is that a foot fall? And he's like, no, and Jonathan's right there. He's like, no, but he looked like he wanted to.
Yeah.
Phil was just laughing it off. He's like, I thought I wanted to apparently as well.
I like how Jonathan right away was like, no. Hole 11's got that new tee box, a little construction up by there. Deceptively downhill at 512. A lot of people play for the gap that the drone is flying through, but as you've heard in previous rounds, we think the play is over the tree on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And once you've gone down, it's like Toboggan, so you need to come up a little bit at the end. Hole 11 playing as the 6th hardest hole in the course. We only had 3 birdies on it on the day.
That's crazy, but believable.
Yeah.
This is a really hard one to kind of, because even though the forehand's the play here with a powerful forehand, it's really hard to kind of control its landing spot, like to get the stability right to land it in circle like Bryson did last round.
Payton got clipped up. He's trying for that gap low.
I just wonder, yeah, this is just so clean. But this needs to hit the ground quickly. There is a drop off behind this. Yep, there it goes.
Man, that's a far flying disc.
Half changing up destroyers. He's throwing his flippier one now. I say flippier as you see it crashed in
Yeah.
death.
Flippy destroyer doesn't work in my vocabulary. Payton with a tough little turnover shot. Gets it out wide enough. Pull, 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 pull. Now get down.
This is it.
Yeah. Gravity taking it beyond the basket.
Too good. A really long look for Haft here. Just going to loft one up.
That's a very safe three.
Phil cannot see the basket here at all. Card mates helped him out, kind of identify where it was, made some noise by the basket, and he's still going to be a little short.
Yeah, that's tough. Payton from outside the circle.
Get in there. Good height. Just missed a little left there at the very end. Stability kind of came through. Is that a glow Luna? Almost look like?
Probably. We get all the goodies at Discraft Underground. We trade them with our friends, things like that. When the Captain Raptor came out, Payton and I actually traded so he could have the color he wanted.
Aw.
Yeah.
Good group of guys. And gals.
Yeah. Fortunate red square for our friend there.
Looking like a bunch of gray squares for everyone else.
And Jonathan, even.
I know.
Just loving the gray squares. Doing great.
He's just not making any mistakes.
Yeah.
Hole 12, 344 feet. This is a more traditional hole. The pad's been, I think, moved a little bit, but not a lot. Just to kind of put it on the elevated plateau there. It's much more of a straight shot than you think as well. You want it to be straight into the gap and then let the natural stability of the disc kind of hyzer it out and get under this foliage in order to get up into circle. You'll see some other people completely ignore what I just said and try to throw forehand over the top of everything, but there's very few people in the world that can do that.
Jonathan just clips a little bit of the right side and settles down.
Yeah, 10 feet to the left, that would have been a
Really
shot.
wide open.
Phil with the right line, but just a little low.
Safe and happy, though.
Mm-hmm. Is this the hole where we saw the rollaway in the FPO with Weiss?
I am not familiar with that one.
It was a big rollaway. There were a couple of tournaments, I think last year or year before maybe.
Ooh.
Haft way up there.
Tried to get one.
That's such a big shot. It says 344, but it's 450 easily with the uphill. And Payton going to be left, but he pushed past that tree. He should be open here, yep, in order to get a look at the basket here. You can probably see the very top of the band. Kind of see there in the glowing backdrop. It is a beautiful day, but the clouds in the sky are really bad for cameras.
Yeah.
We're trying to see everything else other than that.
Jonathan with a great safe approach. Going to continue that gray square. Healthy bed. Love having a raised hill behind the basket.
See the little gap that Haft's going to be aiming for here. Just outside circle. He's going to catch the foliage. Going to be a little short.
Man, he is so far above the basket. Great putt. I usually get scared like that and go down to a knee.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't think about that. That's why players like Iker, he's a strict turbo putter, so it's already at higher than most putts are at, so he always has to go to a knee, but something a lot of players don't think about or practice. It's a skill that you need to have. Haft's going to just tap in with his destroyer.
Well, you got to let them eat once in a while, you know? Let them taste the chain so they know.
Just kept telling myself, you know, one shot at a time, just worry about your shot and not anything else.
What a shot. This Dickerson.
You can't control what anybody else does, so.
That was incredible.
When he needed it most.
Two-time major champion, Chris Dickerson.
Hole 13 is a beautiful par 3, 526 feet that has a very, very challenging gap to hit. Once you get past this big tree in the fairway, we start to turn right, go over the rocks, through the tunnel, by Grandma's house, and we finally see the basket down there. This is an aggressive 2. This is a really, really safe 3, but unfortunately over 1/3 of the field found the 4 or 5. Jonathan going with a forehand, trying to hit that gap. Gets right caught up in the first big tree in the fairway. Settles down. Only 3
Today, 8 for the weekend.
3 birdies today, 8 total for the weekend.
A little tidbit for you. Thank you to PDJ Live Scoring for having those stats ready and available for us.
Phil just tries to push all the way through there. I love it.
Phil did birdie this in round 1, and he's going to be in position there. I think he has an open look for another birdie opportunity.
Bryson squares up that tree pretty good, settles down. I'll have an interesting look at it. Payton trying to take Jonathan's route with forehand.
I wonder if like Payton went out there on a fun day and you just gave him a stack of discs to try to birdie this hole, if he could go over the top.
He's got an arm.
I know. It's just an interesting idea if he threw something over the top of everything on a backhand turnover.
Maybe like a 160 nuke.
Yeah, just like flip it over there and let it kind of stall and come back in that landing zone.
Fortunately, John doesn't quite get all the way there. Bryson leaves a nice flat shot.
Yep, nice and easy. Payton gonna have to do a little finagling here.
And the touch coming out of there was just beautiful. He didn't rush. Love to see that type of shot.
I think that's his 3rd time being at a knee, and all of them have been really good, well-executed shots, and that is not easy.
Phil throwing up a long one. More importantly, though, settling right in there for 3. John trying to keep the gray square streak alive.
Oh, dang.
Just flies over the top of it.
He now has 1 green, 1 red.
Yep.
Right now he has 1 green, 1 red.
Yeah. We all knew what you meant. Here comes Bryson to clean it all up.
Bang.
Then Phil to clean up. And then Payton. And then we moved to hole 14, playing in our 5th hardest hole of the day with only 1 birdie.
Singular. 1. And hole 14 is a fun hole, let me tell you what.
And it's a beautiful hole. They've moved the tee box back this year, opened up this beautiful throw. 837 feet uphill. Plays more like a million for someone like me. A lot of players landing about here-ish where the drone is, and then attacking up the hill. Right-hand, backhand players have a slight advantage coming crashing in on a traditional hyzer shot when going for that birdie. But the green is guarded, and it is guarded tightly.
The rangefinder said that those 3 discraft flags we see on either side, or on the right side, excuse me, was around 460, 470 from the tee pad. There's also those 2 trees that you have to split. There's not Mandos. Bryson and Payton were talking about, max distance, trying to get as far, who could get farther here. And Bryson said, well, I don't want to hit the tree because I'll try to throw a roller over there. And I don't think I could put my hand between his disc and that tree when he let go of it. And the whole card had to hold its breath.
It's more like a natural Mando. Like you said, it's not an official one, but kind of forces your eye and your play through the middle.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad it does too, because if those trees weren't there, especially on Pro Tour, you'd see some guys be able to really just open up big, wide left and on Anheuser and get that a lot of extra distance. And this kind of funnels you into that kind of what Payton was trying to do, which is lower and turn over that way, and you can lose some distance doing that.
Phil's going to play for the right side settle, so we'll have a better look at the basket flying in.
He's going to be right. We've had someone over on that fairway every round.
Yep. Jonathan throwing that flex up that hill, using all of the glide.
Yep, good clean spot. Might even be able to see the basket from there. Payton and Haft both in position here to like attack the circle here. This is looking really good. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Still going. Circle.
The suspense is killing me. We know there's one birdie. But we see two great shots going in there.
It's getting low.
Inside the circle. They're both inside the circle.
I have two good looks. That means one or both of them didn't get this. It's insane. I want them all to get it.
I know. Phil just throwing that nice controlled shot in.
Couldn't tell that it happened the first time I watched it in edit. I had to go back and look at this again. He actually splits it.
He goes under it?
He goes under the sign there. A couple looks at it, slow motion here, just absolutely pipes it, puts it in circle. Got to have at least one crew view for the tournament. And
That's fun.
That one was a good one.
We're allowed to have fun on the course. Ooh, skip up. That was a fun shot.
Mm-hmm. Had chance.
Love to see it. All right, Bryson. Oh, dang. There's our birdie. Gets the green square. He's excited.
Hard. But unfortunately,
we spoiled it.
That means Payton unable to get his birdie to go there. Had a great look at it, though. Two great shots off the tee and his approach.
And we got a gray square.
But he ended up with a gray square. Phil trying to get his gray square right now. Jonathan almost guaranteed his. The only way he messes it up is if he hits his head.
Yeah.
But luckily, he's very experienced. I don't think he's ever hit his head on the basket before, and he's not about to now. That's going to put us on to hole 15 now. 960 feet. The new kind of green monster of this course. It's an enormous hole, very demanding off the tee and its second approach shot. You really want to land something here in either of the fairways. The drone's going to take the inside gap, which is the more popular gap to hit. It's been cleared out from last year, which makes it a little easier to land in that optimal place. If you're playing for the 4, then the next upshot will land on this first mound here and give you an open shot to the basket. If you try to get really aggressive because your drive was really good, then you can try to attack this basket. And as Brian has said, don't go left, don't go right. We're going to say that a lot.
Almost as many double bogeys as pars.
I know.
And no birdies in the final day. Playing a full stroke over par.
That's the kind of drive you need to give yourself a birdie opportunity. That drive right there. Yeah, this is just a hole that eats scores up. I was very happy to see the field kind of develop. Even though this hole played worse today as a field rather than yesterday, it just looks like there's a lot more controlled 5s and fewer kind of wild 6s and plus doubles or triples or anything like that. Just kind of the field figured it out, knew when and where not to be aggressive, and the scores are showing it.
Yeah. If you were with us for round 3, front 9, Zach asked a question. I wonder what disc Payton threw off of hole 3. Mm-hmm. We have an update via the social media.
Yes.
Payton threw a flippy Z crank.
Oh, it's a crank. That checks out.
Oh, John gets a little bit of a play off the tee pad there. Love it.
That's the super play. Big skip off the tee pad. Jonathan being really wise here, knowing that this just isn't in position to attack for birdie. He's going to lay it up on top of the hill perfectly, and he's going to see the basket for his third shot. Try to get in circle.
Smart play.
It's hard to find a fault in Jonathan's game. He just is really, really smart about what he can and can't do.
Payton trying to turn a forehand over, almost clears it.
That would have been a spectacular save up there if he could have gotten that past that tree. Phil trying to get aggressive here, thinks he has a chance at it. It's going to hyzer out a little early, but he's going to be closer to that path.
Yeah, almost over to 16 there.
Yeah. Bryson really, really wants this.
I mean, Bryson has all of the clearance to do a shot here.
Throws his flippier destroyer, and it's not going to come out.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to punch through.
Yeah. Last round, I think he threw his... So he has a black one and the teal one. The black one's a little more stable. I thought he should have thrown the black one here and the teal one yesterday, and he flipped it. So, yeah.
Payton with a view.
Get up the hill. Get up the hill.
Yeah, that's going to work out.
Mm-hmm. Probably circle. Hard to tell. That hill kind of slopes down pretty quickly.
Jonathan's still managing the hole, playing golf, if you will, we like to call it. Love it. It's got to scoot up the hill. See, he's calling for it. Scoot now. Let's see, we're filling it up. All right, his footwork's not going to be terrible. Wonder how his line is.
It's got to be a little wide. Just leave it wide, but he doesn't. He throws it through. Too tight.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough shot coming out of there, I think.
It's scary to go wide right because you end up on a more of an angle when you land. Oh my God. He was so close. And he wanted it to. See his reaction.
He's got some fire in him. I like that about him.
Just a hole he really wanted to get this weekend. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Not many people got it. I think there were a total of 3 on the weekend. Let me quick check that.
Jonathan makes his nice recovery par. Played it right. Fortunately, I think Phil's tapping in for a colored square. Yep, he gets the red one this time.
He had 3 birdies on the weekend on this hole, all on round 2.
Payton taps in for his par. And Bryson with a very, very, very short tap in for par. Maybe the closest of the day for him.
CTP, third shot.
Yeah. Almost left his disc in the basket, though.
Don't do that.
Hole 16 is a downhill 396-foot hole. Many players will play the straight up the gut shot. Other players will play left of the pine tree, looking at a forehand flare or a turnover shot. Many players leaving themselves a circle 2 putt at this one, but with all of the guardian bushes, trees, shrubs, it does become quite the challenge once you get up towards that green. Bryson playing the left side, hoping to go under the trees. Whoa!
Big flare.
Big flare. That was probably one of his destroyers.
It was. That's his more overstable black one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did not expect to see that. It looked like it was going to settle in that grass and hit the hole the hill perfectly. Just needs to get left.
Okay.
He's knocked down a little bit.
Yep. But I think knocked down in the fairway.
Yep. This is another straight shot, so I'm assuming he's going to go right for it, and he is. Oh, get through it.
Now settle. Now saddle. Yeah.
That'll work. It's easier to see in post-production, but Donut, who was the catch cam that day, every time he threw a green disc, he'd lose it in the camera right away. Phil's going to get knocked down by that very popular tree to hit. But it should be an easy up and down.
Yep, simple hyzer. Just control your speed, make sure it settles. Don't lose strokes to the field there. We've got only a few holes left. Top 18 players got a T sign.
Yeah.
From the course.
Love it.
Top 15 got some sort of commemorative piece of glassware, if you will.
Very cool.
There we go.
Got it a stick for a green square.
John for a green square. Yeah, there we go.
Heart of the chains. Yeah, I think it's super cool to give away the tee signs. That's just an awesome thing for these guys to remember, too.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in the round, we also do know that the leaderboard is pretty determined at this point. These guys are competing for fourth. The 3 leaders are all shooting hot round for the day right now, including Paul, who's at neg 6 through 16, trying to shoot course record for this event and for the course new layout. And these guys they've been checking the scoreboards pretty regularly as they head into hole 17 here, and they know that they're trying to, get that solo fourth at this point.
Yeah, so 17, it starts up high, goes down low, back up high. Big thing is we want to worry about is not growing in the road, obviously, and also not landing where the 2 toboggan tracks come down, because that gives you some really uneven footing for your second shot.
I love it when he puts this disc on Anheuser, the Black Destroyer. It usually means it's going to make some big action. Kind of gets to the ground a little quicker than what he wanted, but it's way out there still. Should be more than within his range in order to get a birdie look here. Here's Jonathan now, turning something over as well. This was Heisering out a little early, and he's going to be in some uneven footing there.
Yeah, he's still going to have a great angle going into the green, though, because he's closer to a one's fairway, actually, than he is to the toboggan tracks.
Oh, it looks like Payton found his line, because that is screaming.
Yeah, that's some great distance coverage.
Got Jonathan as... Or, no, I'm sorry, this is Phil. Hello.
Yes. Oh, that's a smoosh. Keep going, though.
Going.
Get out of those tracks.
He's going to be left of him, so hopefully he'll have good enough footing.
Jonathan's got the advantage being a little bit higher, too. Throws real flat, though. Ooh, not quite up there high enough.
Bottom of the hill, but an easy place for him to save his par, as long as he's not in that bush.
Yeah. Bryson throwing high enough to get up there. Ooh, almost scoots up.
Right on the edge there, probably 25, 20. Basket's going to sit closer to his face, height-wise. That's so smooth.
Yeah. Got plenty of power. Gets through there. Almost throws it in. No big deal.
No big deal.
380 feet up the hill. It's fine.
That would be a disgusting eagle. Phil likes his position, lets him throw hyzer.
Settle. Everything about that shot looks so confident.
Has also a halo destroyer, white rim, pink plate, really pretty looking.
Little scoob action.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get up on top of the hill. He's going to be closer to where Haft is on the side of the hill.
Settle down.
It's a tough putt because you're really putting uphill like it's elevated.
There we go.
Is it going to be a gray square for Jonathan?
Yep.
Phil with the green square. Love to see those.
It was such a confident throw on Phil's second shot. It looked so great. And Payton maybe with his closest birdie
Yeah. Green square for him.
of the day. And finally, hole 18. It's all sorts of fun. We're going 315 feet straight up, but it plays more like 400. We're trying to stay under this branch, or we're trying to go outside and all the way around it while curving back and making sure that we have a nice, easy putt. The challenge for this is, can you keep it in the fairway, and can you keep it out of the woods? And if you do go wide, can you keep it out of the toboggan track so you have good footing?
And all these guys, so 3 of them are tied for 4th right now. Phil being the only one down by 1 stroke. So Phil really needs this to kind of push himself into that position, or any of these guys get a birdie, and that will kind of seal the deal. Payton kind of being out of position for the birdie look. Phil, the first one, is on line here, a little short of the circle, but we'll have a putt.
Yeah, that's a beautiful throw. I'm so excited to watch this.
Oh, I love Bryson's play on this. He doesn't go under, decides to just throw it way up over the top, almost catches Donut off guard, basket
Boom.
high.
I mean, just beautiful.
That's an insane shot.
That's what my forehand dreams about when it sleeps at night. John throwing underneath the line. Little flare up there. Yep, right on the circle's edge, just short of it.
Yeah, they're all almost identical distance, all with very valid attempts here for their...
Payton just gets a safe one up and under, tap in 3, get that gray square and get out.
Oh, tickle the chains. Being too teasing. Phil needing this to tie for 4th. Just off the basket. You can see him kneel down at his reaction. And that means Haft will get a chance at solo 4th here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Don't worry. There has to always be a crew view and one screwed view.
I don't remember this. I'm sitting in the background, and I don't remember this falling down.
Oh, it was a heartbreaker. He knew what it was, what was on the line, too. And he, honestly, well-executed putt, correct position to be in. Congrats to, I can't think of his name right now. Ike? No, not Ike. Ilkin.
Yep.
Ilkin
Grow.
Ilkin Grow in winning the event. He actually smashed a circle 2 putt to force a playoff on this hole, and both Donut and I agreed that Haft's circle 2 putt hit a better spot than Grow's, but
it was just unlucky.
Sometimes that's how it works.
So again, it was a great back 9. Bryson Haft shooting a 1 down on the back 9. Everybody else going even on the back 9.
Lots of gray squares.
Lots of gray squares. Lots of fun to watch. And knowing all the pressure of being on Chase Card of a major, I think these gentlemen handled themselves fantastically.
They sure did.
We do see that Paul Kranz ended up shooting the hot round of the day. Neg 7, current course record for competitive play. And he did force a playoff with Ilkin Grow, and Ilkin Grow got him on the 7th hole.
On the playoff,
yeah. It was crazy to walk all the way around for those holes.
Yeah, they played 17 and 18. That's a lot of walking. But thanks to our Patreon family for continuing to support us. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and continue to help the channel grow. And thank you, Papa, for joining me. And we'll see you guys on the next tournament.
It was fun. Thank you.